Hello, today I am here with my colleagues Akshit and Ricardo to talk about how innovative facade ideas reach the market.
Yeah, thank you and glad to be here.
So I know you have a research project called Mitsiroi where you face this challenge. But first, let's explain which is the challenge that innovation in general faces.
Absolutely, Miran. Imagine innovation as a journey across a river. On one side, we have innovative ideas and initial lab testing, and on the other side, these products can enter the market and make real impact. The real problem is that there is a big gap between the two shores.
So we call this the valley of death, where a lot of promising ideas related to the envelope components and technologies usually never reach the market, although they seem very promising during the laboratory tests.
Okay, so this is especially challenging for facade technologies.
It's like watching these ideas fall from the bridge before they cross the other side. They can be technically brilliant, but they might struggle in scaling up, or they might struggle in regulatory requirements or real world performances.
So why is this particularly challenging in the building envelope technologies?
Well, basically, there are a lot of stakeholders and persons involved, like designers, engineers, architects, and also public bodies. And so, a promising idea to reach the market needs to satisfy different requirements at the same time, like the energy consumptions and indoor environmental quality, and also being cost effective, of course.
Plus, the products have to perform reliably for decades. And if there is a hesitation from the point of view of investors or end users, it's quite understandable that we perform these tests and use them in real conditions so they are validated and they can be implemented in real conditions.
So, if I got it correctly, this is when Mitsiro comes in. So, imagine that I came up to you with an innovative window concept where, thanks to the shading and the airflow within the cavity between the two glazing panels, I can control the heat transfer as well as the solar heat gains. What should I do?
I think it's a very interesting challenge. Let's see how we'll approach this problem. Come with me. So we would start with advanced simulations. For this particular window system, we would model the integrated shading system, the ventilation machine, and see how this system affects the indoor comfort and how it can affect the energy efficiency.
So if simulations provides useful results, we can pass to laboratory test. So it's usually better to start with a fully controlled environment where we can fully control the boundary conditions. And for instance, in this case, we could pass our prototype into our double climatic chamber, where we can evaluate how the different ventilation within the glazed unit and the different use of the shading system affects the heat transfer across the window.
So after successful simulations, we transfer to real laboratory testings, which are crucial for testing in environmental conditions that are close to what a building or what a real building would experience in the real world. And these are crucial so we can transfer from laboratory testing to real performance of the facades.
Yeah, so the facade can be installed in a full-scale testing chamber where we can test with the outdoor conditions, but still allowing a precise control of the measurements and of the testing of the technologies within the facade. So let's go inside and see how it is.
In this chamber, we can monitor how the system responds to different environmental conditions. For instance, how the heat transfers through the facade, how the sun enters the room, and how all this affects the user indoor comfort.
Yeah, moreover, we can also test the hydrothermal conditions of the facade together with visual, acoustic, and thermal indoor comfort of the users. And as well, optimize all the technologies that are integrated into the facade before we go in the application on a real building.
So, at this point, the product is really close to the market.
Exactly, and that's where our living labs come in. These are actual real buildings where we install these technologies and we can test them in real conditions with real occupants and real stakeholders.
Yes, in fact, it's not just about the technical performances of the technology, but it's also about how it's perceived by the user and how these users interact with the technology itself. and also how the technology behaves in a longer period over time.
So many tests, but I guess there are also other kind of activities that can help my product reach the market.
Yes, so to bring the product to market, companies need other support. So there are three critical areas. First, how to get certification. Second, how to have cost effective monitoring. And third, how to have a robust business case with IP protection from market to a good success case in the market.
So I guess that many times these no technical aspects are the ones making the difference between reaching the market or not.
Exactly.
So within Mid-Zero project, you supported some ideas, facade ideas to do this path with the strategies we just described.
Exactly. Mid-Zero E supports open innovation through collaborative value creation. So it connects manufacturers, researchers, testing facilities, and end users to accelerate development of these innovative products while safeguarding their interests. So our approach ensures knowledge sharing while protecting proprietary information.
So in fact, the ecosystem that we've created enables cross-fertilization across different sectors. So basically, an innovative idea developed for a building may positively influence another one.
So as a wrap up, what's the ultimate impact of Mid-Zero project for the building envelope technologies?
So Mid-Zero E builds a bridge allowing innovations to safely cross from innovation to the market. Small and medium enterprises can access our virtual marketplace and use expert guidance, testing facilities, and other services. So they can use these services to put the products from innovation ideas to the market without higher risks.
So the ultimate goal of the Missouri project then is to support the decarbonization of the European building stock, helping these innovative products reaching the market in a faster way and to provide better indoor environmental quality for the buildings and a better envelope.
Thank you. It was a really interesting discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miran.